Hi everybody, I'm Xenia, this is Masha, and we're Value Tokenized. So in the previous episodes, we have discussed tokenized VC funds, tokenized real estate, but there are other assets that can be tokenized, and it's even more important to do that, and that's like trees. And today we're happy to interview Owen McCall, advisor to TreeCoin. Hi, Owen.
Hi, thanks so much for having me, guys.
Can you tell us a couple of words about the project in the first place?
Absolutely. So TreeCoin, what we're doing is we started a project in Paraguay. And what we're doing is we're building a sustainable reforestation program there using the eucalyptus trees. And I'll get into that a little bit later as to why eucalyptus is really interesting. But what we're doing is we're using blockchain technology. We're tokenizing these assets. We've created a dual token system, and it's going to allow for global investors to buy a tree and to get back some returns as we sustainably harvest the lumber over the next 23 years. Token holders will get a percentage of returns on these trees. And we're also creating a payment token, which is going to allow us to create an ecosystem locally in Paraguay and also globally for that. So really excited about the project. The tokenomics are interesting, and also the social impact that we're able to do here is really exciting. So thanks again for having me.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And can you even tell us more about the token structure? What is the exact asset that is being tokenized in this
Right on.
case?
So I'll break it down again. We've got, like I said, these two tokens. The first one is called Tree, Tree, and that's an asset-backed token, and the asset is a eucalyptus tree. So you go on tree-coin.io, you buy a tree, it's $23 US, and you receive the token. And what that does is for the next 23 years, you are able to receive part of the dividends on the sale of the lumber as we harvest, like I said. So that's one component. And the other one, as you buy this tree, we also generate 100 TXC. And that's another token, and that's a payment token, a cryptocurrency. And when we generate the 100, the token holder gets 70, and our company, we keep 30. And with that 30, we've got a lot of social impact projects planned. We're going to use it to build the company and grow the company. And then the rest that you get back, we're going to have some supermarkets, some stores available down in Paraguay and globally as well. We're looking to open up some local products for sale from Paraguay as well for the global market. And then the really interesting thing for me, and I think you guys will like this too, is a lot of the problems down there in South America and Paraguay in particular, farmers and laborers often, them getting paid can be an issue. Either the bosses just don't pay them, or these guys don't have access to bank accounts or anything like this. But, and I think this is true in a lot of developing countries, even if they don't have bank accounts, they do have a cell phone. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to create a system where the laborers are going to be able to also be paid partially in the TXC token. And then we've created partnerships already down on the ground in Paraguay with some supermarkets and some different stores and different vendors. And we're going to incentivize these stores to sell the products to the users that use the TXC to pay at a discount. So we're going to let these laborers and these farmers buy essential products, food and stuff like this to begin with the token there. And then we're looking to build it out a lot. We've got a hotel. We're looking at building a hotel that will accept the TXC coin. A lot of other stuff planned there.
What you're doing is incredible. But in your opinion, were this type of social impact projects possible before blockchain? How was this done? And what exactly blockchain technology does for this industry?
It's a good question. I mean, for sure, these things are possible. I mean, charities have been existing forever, but we all know that the big problem with charities is intransparency. You're either run into someone on the street that's showing you a picture of a sad child or something. You get a phone call, or you just look yourself to donate somewhere. Once you give that money away, there's really no guarantee of where it's going to go. And if you look a little deeper, unfortunately, a lot of these big charities, there's a lot spent, of course, on marketing. Some is, of course, necessary, but a little bit too much maybe spent on the marketing side of things. And again, it's just the dissemination of the funds and the investment there. It's not direct. There's no transparency. And so I think what blockchain does, especially for TreeCoin, we're building transparency into the system. You're going to be able to check exactly what's going on. And the nice thing about TreeCoin is, well, it's a social impact project, it's also a business. So when we talk about sustainability with TreeCoin, there's really two main things here. Of course, the way that we're going to forest the trees, we're going to harvest the trees, that has to be sustainable. But also our business plan, our business project as well, that's sustainable. There's going to be economic growth here, and that's how we're going to maintain and sustain the business in the longer term and really create a functioning ecosystem. So to answer your question, I would say the transparency aspect from blockchain, Also being able to bring in global investors, and then of course the transferability of tokens, all this kind of stuff. Really interesting.
Oh, and why Paraguay and why eucalyptus?
Very good question. I'll answer the eucalyptus question first. So eucalyptus is a very interesting tree for a couple reasons. First and foremost, it grows incredibly quickly. It can go between 5 and 10 meters in just 1 year, and it creates a hardwood, which has a ton of different applications, industrial applications, furniture, all kinds of stuff. And the other really interesting component of eucalyptus is that it can grow in land that is really not usable soil, not farmable soil. And so I think another problem we see all around the developing world is rainforest being cut down. We see this in the Amazon, of course. Rainforest being cut down and farmers planting soybeans, planting crops. We didn't want to do that here. That's not a sustainable project for us. So we chose eucalyptus because we can use land that is otherwise not being utilized, and we don't have to go cut down the rainforest. I mean, that would go against the whole ethos of our project. So that's why eucalyptus, absolutely. And the other question, well, why we chose Paraguay. It's a multifaceted answer. I'll start quickly with the trees themselves. So in Paraguay, eucalyptus is a massive export. It's one of their biggest industries. And so we partnered with a company down there called La Riviera, and they've been doing this sustainably for years. So that's the first point. Secondly, there's a ton of rainfall and water in Paraguay. And so being able to water the trees, water the crops, that won't be a problem as well. Thirdly, the country is really open for business. We've been able to make some great connections with the ambassador to Switzerland, the Paraguay ambassador to Switzerland. We've been speaking with her and a lot of local businesses there, and they're really looking for projects that make dollars, but that also make sense globally, make sense economically and sustainably. So it's just been a really welcoming environment down there. And there's also a great youth workforce there, and there's a lot of issues that we think we can work together with the Paraguayan government to solve. Of course, sustainability being the big one, but then also employment for young people. That's another issue we're looking to do. So that's why Paraguay and why eucalyptus.
Thank you. And can you tell us about the TreeCoin's plans for 2020?
Absolutely. So we're here at a great time. Actually, our token sale just went live, the first stage on November 1st. It's going to go until the end of January 31st. That's the first sale. That's a primary sale directly with us, tree-coin.io. On the 31st, we're planning on having the TXC token listed on some exchanges, and then it's really off to the races after that. So what's happening is between now and the end of January, the sale is open. And depending on the investment that we get, that's going to dictate how much land we're able to purchase and how many trees we're going to be able to plant. So our goal is to plant 10 million trees to start, and I'm positive we're going to get there for sure.
Good luck with that.
Thank you very
That's
much.
Amazing.
Can I put you guys down for a couple trees? What do you think?
Of course.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we'll certainly do that. And it's very nice to see that you're working with applying blockchain technology and tokenization to really something that matters from the point of sustainability.
Yeah.
So good luck, guys.
Thank you very
And we'll be
much.
closely following what you will be doing.
Okay.
So this is Value Tokenized. Thank you for being with us.